Hello, everybody. It's Wrestling Wednesday. I'm your host, John Jagger, who is also a wrestler. And I sometimes commentate over matches I'm in, which people are curious about how that works. And I don't know, maybe we'll get into it one day. But it is Wrestling Wednesday, and we have a hell of a show for you today. An amazing show, a fantastic show. For those of you who weren't here last week, it was an incredible episode. Frog Wrestling. We had phenomenal matches between Garrett and Kyle. We had an amazing debut in the form of Ben Bumhofer, who is back this week with a new gimmick, you guys. No longer is he bound to equipping other video game characters' gear. He has ascended to a level beyond what he was last week. His victory over Brian Ibbott has pushed him to the upper echelons of his power. And we'll see if that carries forward, because he's got a mighty foe to conquer. He's going up against Super Dunaway this week. And we'll see if he can overcome it. Super Dunaway, been on a winning streak for a while, couldn't win a match. Now, on a real winning streak here. But the big story, of course, was last week WWE had to go and interfere with all our matches. Here we are, just trying to have our own little wrestling organization, just keeping it friendly and competitive. And what do you know? The Miz shows up. Randy Orton shows up, interfering with matches all over the place. It's ridiculous. So we're going to be settling the score this week. And we're going to have a chance at revenge for WWE's interference. We'll see how all that goes down. In addition, as you all may know if you've been following this story, our original TMS Tag Team Champions was Brian Ibbott and Scott Johnson. And after Scott joined the core crew, he bailed on a title match with Brian Ibbott. And unfortunately, not bailed, that's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? He was just unable to compete. You know, we want our wrestlers fit. We want them happy and healthy. Scott was unable to compete. And Brian was going to have to go it alone in his title defense, which happens, you know, sometimes. But Brian did get help in the form of Tom Merritt. They were able to retain the TMS Tag Team titles, but Tom Merritt was awarded Scott's TMS Tag title for his assistance in that match. Scott's non-participation and Tom basically helping secure a victory. He was given the belt, and Scott is not happy about this. Especially after last week, where people were accusing him of colluding with Tom Merritt. People didn't think Scott's victory was real. They thought it was fake. And Scott is not happy about it, and to prove it, he has demanded a match for the TMS Tag title because he says he's never been pinned, therefore he should have never lost it. We'll see if he can back up that claim tonight. But up first, our opening match of the night. We get some revenge on the WWE. Let's go to it now. We have a tag team title match. Normal rules. Between Garrett Weinzierl, Kyle Fergusson, versus the invading force of the WWE. And honestly, I don't even know why they're working together. The Miz and the Legend Killer Randy Orton. We're going to go ahead and start the predictions right now. Two seasoned well-known, renowned, champion WWE superstars against Grinding Gears, Kyle Fergusson and Garrett Weinzierl. Betting is up right now. Go ahead and place your bets on who you think is going to win this match. Kyle last week with a lot of heart, but he couldn't get the job done against The Miz. Randy Orton RKO'd. So, we are going to have to see if they can overcome this challenge together. So we're going to have to see how it'll all go. Let's see how those predictions are coming in. You got about 4 minutes and 23 seconds. A lot of support and love for Grinding Gear in the chat right now. 90% of the points backing them. Miz and Randy Orton actually have the amount of people behind them.
Look who's here.
But the point values being bet on Grinding Gear significantly higher. And there is Grinding Gear. Garrett and Kyle. Been in singles matches these past few weeks. But don't forget what an incredible tag team partnership they are. Their strengths complement each other. Their weaknesses overcome by the other's strengths. It's really incredible to see. And while The Miz and Randy Orton are obviously far more seasoned, they have a career that speaks for itself. I wouldn't count out the heart and skill of these competitors. Kyle, the bruiser, the heavy hitter. Garrett, the aerial assassin. You can see Kyle, he's ready. He's feeling it. He had an amazing story last week. Didn't win. Struggled in his matches. And yet, he put on a show. He fought 2 matches in one night against his friend and against a top WWE superstar. And he still managed to put on a hell of a show despite the interference. So,
Think for a moment about all the great adversity Miz has had to overcome in his career. He has been stalked by maniacs. He's had his manhood questioned, and he is constantly put in harm's way. Well, I have no sympathy for the Miz. It's about time he gets humble. Shouldn't be humble, he should be celebrated as a man, as a competitor.
has Beau wrestled? No, but he will be in our main event tonight. We will be seeing Beau wrestle later today. Results of the poll are almost done. Let's check in. Let's see where we're at. It's actually pretty evenly split right now. Sheer numbers favoring The Miz and Randy Orton. However, point totals still favoring Grinding Gear.
It's hard to believe it's been 2 decades on the hunt in WWE.
Representing RK Bro from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the fighter, Randy Orton.
And we still don't know what caused The Miz and Randy Orton to interfere last week in these matches. We don't know if they are intimidated by this upstart organization. We don't know if there's maybe some jealousy. We don't know what caused them to interfere. The Miz interfering actually on Garrett's behalf in his match with Kyle, and then Randy Orton interfering to help secure The Miz a victory against Kyle. And I expect this is going to be I would expect this to be a brutal match. You know, I think last week there was some doubt. Could Kyle go toe-to-toe with seasoned professionals? And he proved that he could. He proved that he could go the distance against them. I would expect the same from Garrett as well. And we're just going to have to see. We're going to have to see how it goes. This match taking place in the new Frogpants Arena. Hope you all like it. And we are starting with The Miz and Garrett. Garrett's first opportunity to go up against the WWE superstars. The Miz second time in a Frog Arena. Garrett with early control, but The Miz fighting back. And Miz already showboating. Maybe gonna learn not a good idea because Garrett is on his feet and already back in his face. And you have to think that, you know, just there has to be some anxiety on the part of Kyle and Garrett going up against professional WWE wrestlers. But likewise, a beautiful maneuver by Garrett. Look at that. And he's already got him in a submission move. Randy Orton coming in to try and save the day. But you have to think there's an arrogance probably on the side of The Miz and Randy Orton. You know, you have to think that these are guys that that probably see them as small potatoes. Got an early pin on Garrett, just a 1, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you see that, and you just immediately think, okay, they believe that they can outperform here. Just gotta make a little fix. Pay no attention to the man who's struggling to adjust his screen. And I don't even know what I've done now. Now there's just this thing that's floating up above my head. We got to tag into Kyle. I'm trying to focus on the match while I fix this. Okay. Kyle in, going after Randy Orton now. And right now, I would say this is actually... Oh, Garrett going for a sucker punch on Randy Orton. And, you know, I would say not opposed to doing what it takes to get things done here. Kyle with a big airplane spin on Randy Orton. I don't know who this is going to help more. Kyle seems lost and disoriented, but Randy is down on the ground, so it seems to have worked. Ironically, that is a Scott Johnson finisher, so Kyle showing off that he can do it too, and now Kyle ready to go. And he is absolutely overpowering Randy Orton. They're getting in the ring. Miz going in for a breakup on the pin. And Kyle's not pleased with that. He goes after the Miz. Miz is unconscious in the corner. Kyle doing some damage to Randy. Looks like we're going to have a tag. Randy backs off, getting ready to go after Garrett now. Oh my gosh, a huge flip, going for a pin, and unfortunately Miz comes to conveniently right at the moment that a pinfall goes to happen. Another pin attempt by Garrett, but the Miz in again. And you have to think that if they're going to have a victory here, they're going to have to do something about the Miz. There's a tag, Miz coming in, Randy Orton rolling out stunned. Garrett just continuing the momentum, though. He's going right after the Miz. And Randy Orton's outside recovering. This is an opportunity. There were those who thought that maybe Garrett had caused this because the Miz originally interfered on Garrett's behalf, but with the ferocity that Garrett is attacking the Miz, I would find that hard to believe. Kyle with a big reversal. There's a slam. There's a pin. Only one. And Kyle, now he's taunting the Miz. Right into the turnbuckle there. And we're going to see some good teamwork. Tag teamwork. That's what I was going for. Garrett shimmying, throwing another taunt. Miz stunned. Oh, and Garrett is so quick. He just goes from watching to attacking, and he gets hung up on the Miz. A little distraction as the Miz tried to get out of the ring. But Garrett doesn't even slow down. He's immediately back up on his feet, but Randy Orton going after him.
He's getting pushed down into the defensive. These two teams have gone to war, Cole. Of course they're going to wind up with a few battle scars.
Yeah, I mean, there is some speculation that the referee is taking a little long on the counts. We're gonna have to see. These are Frog Wrestling officials. We put our faith in them. They will do a good job. We'll have to see. They're playing it fair.
In comes the Miz.
There's a tag to the Miz. Garrett maybe needing a tag himself. He seems a little staggered, a little dazed, maybe a little lost there. Miz delivering big kicks to Garrett. There's a kick to the head. And Miz going for a pinfall. Kyle's coming in immediately to try and make the save, and he does. And Orton is out. Miz now attacking Kyle. Right now, both support systems are being taken care of, which is a dangerous position because it means they're not going to get any help. There's a big move to Garrett. He's down on the ground. He's hurt. Kyle's back in position, though. We still haven't seen Randy Orton. Looks like Randy Orton's getting in position, too. Reversal. Garrett back in control. And Garrett finally, a much needed tag to Kyle. Kyle coming in fresh. He's ready. Oh, Miz was waiting for him. Playing possum up against the ropes, and Miz has taken advantage, and he hits Kyle hard right out of the gate. Randy Orton coming in to interfere. Garrett being thrown out. This is dangerous territory for Kyle and Garrett. Garrett is down. Nobody's there to help him. And Kyle gets out of there. That might have just saved him. Fight going outside of the ring now. Kyle taking control. He just dumps the Miz on the side of the ring. I've been told that is the hardest part of the ring. Oh, and it is just brutal out here as the Miz and Kyle just trade blows. It looks like Randy and Garrett are still going at it outside of the ring. Garrett looks like he got the bad side. Oh, but Kyle's going after both of them. Kyle's just fighting both, and now he's back in the ring. And he's saying, come on, bring more. Miz gets in quick enough. Took too long. Took a little too long. And now Miz's turn to showboat a little. Randy Orton and Garrett are back in position to make the save if this goes south. More big kicks to Kyle. Miz going for a pin. Garrett's getting in for the breakup. He does. Saves his partner. Oh! And Miz launches an attack on Garrett as he goes to leave. Not sure what he's trying to do with Garrett's body right now. He's dragging him to the middle of the ring.
This is it. This is gonna be it.
And there's the skull-crushing finale. That's a pin, but Garrett is right there. He actually kind of prevented himself from getting a win there. He set Kyle up. Oh! Another skull-crushing finale on Garrett, and now he's just mocking him. At this point, he is just absolutely mocking them. Miz is confident, thinks he's gonna win, thinks he has this. And right now, it doesn't look good for him. Right now, Miz and Randy Orton are absolutely controlling this match.
This is truly awesome. Oh my goodness.
Into the turnbuckle. Oh, and Kyle Gets a reversal. Randy Orton with a sucker punch. And maybe a little too slow on Kyle going for the pin, but now he's got the Miz down on their side. Huge knee to the Miz. And Kyle decides he didn't want that tag. He probably should have, though, because now Miz is getting back in control. Kyle with a tag. Garrett's in. I don't know if Miz even knows that tag happened. There's a pin. Kyle is down, but Garrett manages to snag the rope. And it is not looking good for grinding gear right now. Randy Orton coming in, fresh. Garrett with a Hurricane Rana immediately taking control. But Randy Orton makes him pay. Kyle is still out in the middle of the ring, or outside of the ring. Garrett is unconscious in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton getting fired up. Oh, he tags in the Miz. And now the Miz going after him, and we just need to see. Oh, there it is. Huge move from Garrett. Saw the Miz coming. Miz with a reversal. Kyle currently the freshest of the two, but they're both hurting. Miz and Randy Orton are dominating this match at the moment.
Randy Orton makes the tag.
Garrett is hurt.
Hooked up.
Another DDT from Randy Orton. He is he's dominating. He is making his mark known when he's in the ring. Garrett with a reversal, a kick to the back of the knee. And now Garrett going after him. Oh my goodness! Randy Orton is down. There's a pin. Kyle coming in. The Miz coming in. And Kyle doesn't manage to stop the Miz from making the save, but what a maneuver. And now Kyle, fresh, coming in. Big strikes on Randy Orton. Randy Orton answers with a clothesline. That's just the story of this match. Every time they get a little offense, it just shifts. Randy Orton going for a pin. Not sure what he thought was going to happen with that one. Miz coming in, taking out Garrett. RKO. And you got to think he's going to go for a pin, but Garrett is right there to break it up. Garrett thrown over the ring. Kyle with a reversal. Miz and Garrett are fighting on the outside. Miz is distracted. Skull-crushing finale on the outside, but he is busy fighting with Garrett right now. Kyle sets him up. There's the pin. Miz makes it in time to interrupt. And now Kyle's mad. Kyle's had enough. He had it. He's sick of WWE interfering in his business, and he's going after the Miz, but he's got to watch out for Randy Orton, who's getting back up to his feet. Randy Orton looked like he was wanting to make a tag, but Miz is not there. He's going back after Kyle now. There's the RKO. Garrett is ready, coming in, breaking up the pin. And now Randy Orton showboating. Another tag to the Miz. Miz coming in now. Kyle down in the middle of the ring. Probably needs a tag himself. Reversal on the Miz. Strikes now going over to favor Kyle. Huge slam. Kyle lets him get back up to his feet. Dragging him over to the corner. Slams him into the turnbuckle. There's the tag.
These two work so well together. Big hip toss.
Hip toss, double kick, and Miz goes down. Garrett picking him up. The Miz is hurt, and right there, that is the A move. Garrett has an option to win. Randy Orton already trying to get into the ring, and he's gonna do it again. A second A move right in front of Randy Orton. Garrett goes for the pin, but it is gonna be interrupted. There's no way. Kyle is in, trying to stop Randy Orton. This might be Garrett's moment. Randy Orton busy on the outside with Kyle Fergusson. Garrett going after him, but the Miz with a headbutt. And now the Miz is ready. Now the Miz is waiting to get his finisher. He's waiting for him. Kyle back up top. Garrett with a reversal. Can he capitalize? He does. He knocks him down. Will he go for a pin? No. Garrett going for a tag. In comes Kyle. Oh, Miz with those kicks again. And now Miz going for the pin. Garrett coming in. Randy Orton blocks him. Garrett still manages to get the save. Randy almost stopped him. This is our first match of the night. Kyle taking his time, but Miz going after the skull crushing finale. He hits it. Garrett coming in again. Another save.
Something's about to go either very wrong or very right.
Miz going to the top rope. He flies off. He does manage to hit it. I don't know where Garrett is. Garrett really slow to get into the ring, and Miz manages to pick up a win. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Garrett had been so quick to get in the ring on those previous ones, but maybe he just assumed Kyle would be able to get out of that. And WWE still keeping up the victories. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlight reel. Let's see what we got. we got Garrett. This is how they lost the match, actually. Ironically, here's a highlight of how the match was lost. Here's the time that Randy Orton fell off the ring. Good. We got that. Yep. He was up there, then he's not. What else we got? We got the time that Kyle watched Garrett do a move and was pleased. We got this RKO on Kyle, an actual highlight. That's always fun. And then we got this this huge move right here. Unfortunately, despite the fact that all the highlights are really good for grinding gear, they did not pull off a victory this time. It's a real shame. Let's go ahead and announce the winner. A lot of points lost on that one. I sympathize. WWE made their presence known last week, but you have to give huge credit to Garrett and Kyle. They didn't roll over for him. They didn't make it easy. They put up one hell of a match. And I would say that we're lucky to have them. They did a phenomenal job. People who decided to go for Miz and Randy Orton doing quite well on the points today. All right, up next we have, if I can remember who's actually wrestling. There it is. Let me go ahead and start the predictions up for this one. All right. Ben or Super Brian Dunaway? All right, predictions for our next match are up. Ben, newcomer. He had a match last week against Brian Ibbott, which he won. A dominant victory. Not dominant, a hell of a match, honestly. And Super Brian Dunaway, who has been on a absolute winning streak lately. He has not had the greatest reputation for his start, but he has been training, and he has done a hell of a job at powering up, but so has Ben. I have it on good authority that Ben has ascended to a level beyond that of a simple game store manager. And we're going to have to see how that happens. He's got wristbands. So far, that's the main difference that I can tell you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to
By day,
from Phoenix, Arizona.
a humble game store manager. But in the ring, something more. Superstar Saiyan Ben B coming to the ring. Powering up. Right now, the points are favoring Ben. The number of votes favoring Brian Dunaway. TV's Travis, thank you so much for the sub. Good to have you here. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And now get ready for the most jarring transition in this entire show. Ben becoming a Super Saiyan Ben. It's his power. No more gaudy costumes. Now he just becomes something more. And the owner of the Dragon Beefcase, Super Brian Dunaway. Both of these characters transform. Brian Dunaway uses the power of the Power Glove to become Super Brian Dunaway. Ben uses the power of, I don't know, his inner fire. He becomes a Super Saiyan. It's just, it's co-opted immediately. It's not different anything. It's just what it is. The Don Satori with a sub. Thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate you. And here they are. Super Dunaway, Super Saiyan Ben. His clothes damaged from the transformation, but his socks remain intact. And right out of the gate, Brian Dunaway with an amazing maneuver. Wicked Kitten, thank you for the sub. Sub to Ben himself. That's right, everybody. Digitravis, thank you for the sub. Ben now gifted a sub for his own match. And Ben going for an early pin, manages to get a 1. Both of these competitors have ascended to a new level. Dunaway with a big reversal. Zinger, thank you for the 25 biddies. Jumping on that hype train. Dunaway with an amazing flip. Seems like it hurt him too, but it's going to be interesting to see if this new power does anything for Ben. He sure did well last week against Brian Ibbott. Brian Dunaway gets caught sleeping in the corner. And going for the leg. Now Ben showboating a little bit. And Dunaway pays him back too. They're just taking turns. They need to make sure their opponent stays down before they showboat. Super punches to the face. IO Matt joining the hype train. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. This is a great match to get hyped for. This is a power-up match. Dunaway going for a pin, and he only gets a 1. As you can see, Ben's transformation, very powerful. Only his socks and lanyard survived.
He wants even more out of his opponent. And he goes into the ring.
Ben trying to recover. Playing possum, actually. Pretends to be tired. And now he's just throwing Dunaway.
He's taking some good hits.
Oh, he's got Dunaway in a huge choke slam. He's picking him up. He's not done. Oh, neither is Dunaway. Reverses it.
What's he thinking here?
Now Dunaway. Big suplex. Dunaway's now getting ready. He's going to the top rope. Super Brian Dunaway with a dive from the top rope. And Ben kicks out at 2.
He got close there. It could be do or die time.
Dunaway. Just vicious.
Stationary position, turns around. Moonsault. Incredible agility. Why not look like $1 million when hitting something?
Oh my gosh, and even after all that, Ben stands up and just hits him, but he misses with the second follow-up, probably from all that damage. He's trying to pretend he's not feeling it, but clearly feeling it. And Dunaway is just agile. Both these characters got super in the name. Oh, and a collision with the referee. I'm going to say this, that referee is still standing, and that flies in the face of everything I know about referees. Brian Dunaway got him in the corner. Ben still managing to get to his feet. Big punch with that power glove. And nothing slows down Dunaway. Nobody moves quite like Super Brian Dunaway. He just bounces around and has so much energy in the ring. Gets him up on the top rope. What's he going for? My goodness! And what is this? The match being interrupted. It's Robert Roode. The WWE still continuing to interfere. I thought it was John. Robert Roode has come to the ring. And Ben crawling, trying to get a pin. He's trying to get up. More WWE invasions happening here. And Ben being a good sport. Ben didn't take advantage. He's fighting back now, but he lets Brian Dunaway get to his feet. Something has got to be done about this invading WWE force. With that music, I thought it was John too. I thought John was coming in to help his friend Ben, but John nowhere to be seen. They are fighting outside of the ring. Dunaway getting hit. Ben dominating. This match has been spectacular, and now Ben getting back in the ring. And I have to say, Ben is showboating, but Ben has been more than fair with his attacks on Dunaway, showing a good quality of sportsmanship in this match. Ben once again biding his time, giving Dunaway a chance to recover. Waiting for him in the ring. Going after him immediately. Ben's vicious but fair. And now Ben's sizing him up. And Ben's got him in position. A Super Saiyan powerbomb. That'll do it. Ben Bumhofer, your winner. The power of a Super Saiyan cannot be stopped.
Your winner, Superstar Saiyan B.
I have to imagine things might have been different had this been.
And that is, as the chat has pointed out, the second Brian that Ben has beaten here. If your name is Brian, look out.
They clearly had some assistance.
Okay, Saxton, and in basketball, does the person who throws
Let's look at the highlights of that match. Here was a early choke slam from Ben. Of course, Dunaway managed a good offense. He put on a hell of a fight here, but the Super Saiyan powerbomb at the end couldn't be stopped. What a match. What a great match, everybody. I loved it. Let's dole out the points. And oh, looking at the totals here, we had a 50-50 split on points. Brian Dunaway had more people, but the point totals that were being bet dead even between these two. Of course, this time, Ben, our victor, you backed Ben. You did well. We're doing the payout right now. Allbro Swift, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate you hanging out here with us. What do y'all think of the arena? That was today's project. Hope you're liking the Frogpants arena. There is also the Frognasium, which is a more like what we could actually afford. But I like the grandiose look of this. Anyway, we're gonna go on to the next match here. Get it set up. I'll give you a look. That's the Frognasium. It's a gymnasium. That's all you need to know. It's a gym. It's a high school gym. All right, everybody, let me get the predictions set up. You can see it as I'm setting it up. Our next match. We've got an awesome match between John Jagger of Core versus Randy the Butcher Jordan. I'm starting the prediction right now. Get your points in. John will be accompanied to the ring by dear Martha herself. Let's get into it. Make your votes count. Hey, if you've been voting incorrectly, please vote for Randy. All right, everybody. We are almost to our main event, but before we get there, we have an exhibition match between John Jagger and Randy Jordan, two superstars that have had plenty of victories, done a lot.
better get ready.
I didn't know this is what Martha would do. It gave her Beau's animation. Martha's stoked, everybody.
definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. This superstar's photo belongs next to that definition.
Sometimes you make settings and it just makes weird things happen. All right, we got Randy coming to the ring. His weird ass entrance. It's never getting changed because it's so bizarre. It's so good though. Let's see how the predictions are going so far. Right now, point totals favoring John. Total votes favoring John as well, though very close in both regards. 51 to 49% with 2.5 minutes left to vote. Get your predictions in. Yes, you should factor in that Martha is there. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's gonna do. Randy is known as a chef down to the ring and a butcher in it. He has had some phenomenal matches. He has done some terrible damage to his opponents. He is considered one of the most vicious competitors. But John, and I have the numbers to back it up, has one of the best victory records in this game. Is that creator bias? Probably. Do I care? Absolutely not. I'm a heel. That's the way it should be. Our match begins, and John immediately stops a fiery Randy coming right out of the gate. Randy going for an overpower on John. Starts with the momentum in his favor, but it's swinging back the other way. John with a strong reversal and series of strikes. John, a striker in the ring. Very dangerous when he's throwing punches and kicks. Not so good in any other situation. And of course, you have a wild card like Martha hanging out outside of the ring. What will that do? What will that mean? And John thrown outside of the ring. And this is where Randy begins his domination. He is just brutal and strong. And Martha getting over there. I don't know what she was attempting, but Martha checking things out. It looks like John got out of there, and so did she. Big kick to Randy's face, and John showboating. Randy quick to his feet again. Now he's turning the tables. And John taking some heavy damage out there. Randy taunting him. John throwing him back in the ring. John launches over the top, but Randy grabs quick. DDT right in the middle of the ring, and Randy's hurt. John smells the blood, going after it. Martha's stoked. Big elbow drop on Randy.
Take a good look at a real-life Titan, folks.
Right, you heard the announcers. Real-life Titan. Shorter than literally everybody else in here, including Martha, but a real-life Titan. John getting just massive stomps. And he is trying to prove that he can be every bit as brutal in the ring as Randy is. And this is honestly, this is just a vicious attack. These are just punches and kicks.
He's running into some problems here, guys. Yeah, but he's always one count.
And more stomps. John is motivated, but Randy gets a reversal kick, gets to his feet, and grapples him. And now Randy's in control. John off the ropes. Randy sizes him up, throws him down, and now it's Randy's turn to unleash some brutality.
Lifting their opponent back to their feet and a
discus punch.
I see the chat. I always pictured Martha as an old lady. Well, keep in mind, there have been a lot of requests for Fast Grandma as a character in this game as well. Martha is based off my wife, just FYI. Oh, It's almost going to be just chatting. Randy pulled off a good offense, although he misses on a kick.
Caught an elbow.
It looked like maybe he had something more sinister in mind, but John with a reversal.
And an inverted atomic drop. He's starting to struggle here.
John doing the same thing.
Taking their lumps at this point.
I think at this point they're all a little punch drunk because
This might not have a
they are missing some attacks here. And Randy is getting pumped, but John tries to say that didn't bother me. He jumps right back up to his feet and another DDT.
all cylinders.
Big punches to Randy. More showboating. He doesn't know that Randy stood up behind him. And Randy dropping him on his ass.
Hits him with a gut-wrench suplex.
John gets out of there. Randy going to the top rope. John gives him nothing to jump at. Wait, he gets in the ring. And now John going after him. He baited him. That was some clever play. There's the stunner on Randy. That could be it. He's trying to get him away from the ropes. He's been burned too many times by rope breaks. He's going for a pin, but did he wait too long? Randy kicks out at 2, and it was too long.
Now is not the time to bask in disbelief.
John calling it done, though, and Randy gives him a moment.
Way up. That'll jam your tailbone.
Goes after that tailbone again. Gets a big punch to the face.
High-risk move.
Now Randy going to the top rope. He's going for the... Did I ever tell you about the time I won a match? He lands it. There's the pin. And Randy gets it from the top rope. Did I ever tell you about the time? And he lands on top of him and pulls off a victory. Martha is upset. Whoever jinxed me by voting for me to win. Randy says, good night. Let's take a look at the highlight reel. Big plays from Randy early on. There was the stunner. That probably would have won John the match, but he just had to spend so much time dragging Randy back into the ring. And then Randy with the did I ever tell you about the time I won the match, the longest finishing move name in the history of sports entertainment. That's it. People devastated at their points disappearing. It's the way it goes. Let's choose the outcome. Look, I'm as heartbroken as you, although there's going to be more happy people than there are sad. Well, no, that's not true. John had more people, but more points backing Randy. Randy the Butcher Jordan with another victory, continuing to build on his reputation. For being such a strong competitor. All right, folks, that is going to bring us to our main event for the evening. Let's get it all set up here so you can decide how it's going to go. Just getting it all set up. Make sure we've got it all ready. Let's talk about it before we begin, but let's get the prediction up. Take your moment to think about it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the prediction. A title match. This is for the TMS Tag Team Championship. Now, Scott has accused Tom Merritt of stealing his title, that at no point was he ever pinned, and therefore should never have lost his Tag Team Championship. Brian Ibbott and Tom Merritt say it was won the moment Scott chickened out of a match. We're going to find out right now who's right and who's wrong. The predictions are up. Get your votes in. We're going to get right into it. This should be big. There has been a lot of speculation that Scott Johnson and Tom Merritt are now colluding after last week's main event, where Tom Merritt seemed to just lay down and let Scott pick up a victory. Scott and Tom both dispute this and say they're going to prove it tonight by taking home the gold.
Look who it is.
We'll see this again. Scott tonight teaming with Beau. Normally, for tag matches, John and Beau are the team. But John having his match against Randy was not available. You do have to wonder, if they win, what does this mean if Scott and Beau become the new tag team champions? How is John going to feel? He is the Dragon Beef champion, so perhaps he will be fine.
This is going to be good. Remember, guys, the title is on the line here in this one. And I don't remember.
Here we go. We got Tom Merritt, Brian Ibbott. They have only had one match together, but they were victorious in that match. It is the match that got Tom Merritt the tag title, that retained it for Brian Ibbott. Now, they are going to be tested again. We will have to see what happens.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Internet's Professional Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 544 pounds.
Beau got his VR headset on, seeing in 3 dimensions.
At a combined weight of 400.
Tom Merritt, the moderator. Brian Ibbott, another dominant force. And the bad blood between Scott and Tom has been well documented over the past 2 weeks, but Brian has not had an opportunity to try and pay back Scott for abandoning him. You have to think that this is going to be a huge feud as they go to war right now. Let's check in on the points. Right now, Core Crew favored in terms of points and people voting for him. And speaking of getting that revenge, Brian Ibbott and Scott Johnson, first ones in the ring. And let's see if they can settle this feud. Scott picking Bryan up and throwing him and going for an early pin. Not even a 1 count. Scott really either underestimating or just trying to insult Bryan with an early pin like that. And look at the power. Look at the power of the Frogpants champion. And right now, Scott dominating this tag team match. Beau might as well be watching something in VR.
This isn't gonna be good. Gutbuster across the shoulder. Filthy. Champ taking the worst end of the exchange.
Of course, perhaps the biggest question on everyone's mind, why is Scott as pale as he is? It's a good question that might need to be addressed.
He is having his way in this one now.
Kinda looks like a vampire. And Beau has been tagged in. Brian Ibbott immediately going on the offensive. Brian Ibbott gonna get out of there, tag in Tom Merritt. Tom Merritt and Beau never come to blows in this this organization yet. Now Beau coming out ahead early, but Tom quickly gets a hold of him, and Tom, he's called Ace de Technical for a reason. He's an extremely skilled technical wrestler. Beau, well known for getting people to submit with his finisher, the Tain't No Thing. Scott tagged in. But Tom maybe even better at getting opponents to tap than Beau. Brian Ibbott and Scott back in the ring right now. Taking turns, and Scott right back at Brian Ibbott. So far, Ibbott has not been able to mount attacks against Scott. And maybe that's a testament to their teamwork, the partnership. Scott throws him out. Scott! I don't know what he was doing. Scott went. It looked like he was either trying to hit Ibbott or Tom Merritt, and he missed both and went face first into the announce table. Missing everybody. Scott recovers quickly, though, continuing to go on the assault against Brian Ibbott here. And Brian Ibbott makes the tag. Oh, huge attack from Tom right out of the gate, trying to dispel any rumors that he and Scott are working together. Scott grabs him, drags him over against the ropes, and Tom Merritt dumps him. Tom Merritt now going after Beau. Beau just sitting there minding his own business. Got a sucker punch right to the face. Now getting dropped.
The apron can do some serious damage. It might be worse than being hit with a steel chair.
That apron is extremely hard.
Taking a moment to let the crowd know how
And Scott
much he appreciates
still in control. Beau hurt on the outside. I feel like Beau has taken more damage not in this match than he has when he was participating. And Beau's diving in. Beau getting involved in the match. Not happy about what happened to him. And he interrupts Tom, giving Scott a chance to throw in a little offense here. And right now, I have to say, the core crew working very well together.
Clean tag for his partner.
Good tags. Good teamwork. Cheating in all the right ways.
Control here with a swinging neck breaker. Textbook. The champ getting put to the test here.
Big punch to the face for Tom. And now Beau going to work, but Tom Merritt fighting back. Beau's going to have to be careful. Tom, a very technical wrestler. And there's a pinfall, but nope, he lets him go.
Here's the pin. Title on the
He lets him go and goes for a pin again.
kicks out of the pinfall.
I'm not exactly sure what Tom Merritt was going for. Beau doesn't seem that concerned by it. He gets outside of the ring, showboats a little, and now Beau, he's got his eyes on Brian. Brian gets tagged in. Beau gets caught unaware. Sometimes you have to wonder just what's going on in that VR headset. We assume he's seeing the match. We assume he's predicting outcomes, taking in data, seeing into the future. But it could be he is also just playing World of Warcraft Classic.
This isn't even close to over.
Oh, Beau's got him in a... He may get him to submit. Tom Merritt recognizes that, gets in, and Bryan rolls himself out. He's got his legs stuck on the ropes there. Doesn't slow him down. Bryan Ibbott getting him in the bear hug. Scott comes in and punches Ibbott in the back of the head. Ibbott has had enough. And Ibbott has not had a chance to deal any damage to Scott until this moment, and it looks like Ibbott has finally been pushed to the brink. He is done. He has let Scott walk all over him ever since Scott abandoned him. And now Ibbott getting revenge and nearly gets a pinfall on Beau. Such power by Bryan Ibbott. Huge slam on Beau. Beau's down. Scott breaks up the pin. Tom Merritt in, now going after Scott and throws him out of the ring. Bryan Ibbott gets Beau back up. Oh, Beau with a reversal. Gets a punch on him. Slams him to the ground. Beau going for a pin. Kick out at one. Tom doesn't even need to get involved. Tain't no thing! Out of nowhere, tain't no thing on Bryan. He's down. There's a pin. Tom Merritt breaks it up. Nobody was ready for that. And here's the true blue. Tain't no thing! A second tain't no thing. That's 2 taints in a row. Now he gets him in a big sleeper hold. And Beau is just trying to dole out so much punishment, whether it be sticking his taint hand down Bryan's throat or putting him to sleep. Beau is a submission machine at the moment. Now he's going after Tom Merritt, not even the legal man. And a tag to Scott.
Brought out of ringside and back to the mat.
Bryan Ibbott back in. Ibbott going after Scott. Ibbott no longer letting Scott deal damage. Now Ibbott is in control. Scott rolls out of the ring smartly. Ibbott going after Beau. Big cheap shot on Beau. And a huge punch uppercut to Scott. And now Ibbott firmly in control of this match. Beau unconscious outside of the ring. Ibbott can make something happen here. Big boot. He goes for a pin. Beau is outside of the ring. He gets in. It's hard to tell if Scott kicked or if Beau interrupted, but either way, the pinfall stops at 2 and gives Scott a chance to recover. Reversal by Bryan Ibbott. It could go either way. Another reversal by Scott. They're exchanging back and forth. Bryan Ibbott across the ropes. Big elbow to the face. He's down on the ground. Elbow to the chest. Scott dominating here. Scott climbing to the top rope. What does he have planned? Off the top rope. Big elbow drop. Going for a pin. There's Beau. Beau's in the ring. He stops Tom Merritt. There's a 3. We have new TMS Tag Team Champions, everybody. It is a huge moment. Scott and Beau are new TMS Tag Team Champions. On the back of a brutal offense by Scott and a brilliant defense from Beau. And in this moment, the core crew holds every title in Frog Wrestling. Scott Johnson, the Frogpants champion. One half of the TMS Tag Champions. Beau Schwartz, the other half of the Tag Team Champions. And John Jagger, the Dragon Beef Champion. It has been an incredible evening, ladies and gentlemen. The WWE still continuing to get involved, this time in the form of Robert Roode interrupting a match. Will we be done with WWE, or does more need to happen to keep them off of our show, off of our screen? We also have to deal with the core problem. All the gold currently held by Core.